All right, good afternoon, everyone. Today is Friday, November 30th, 2012. It's the last day of November. Let's see. With that, we can tell you how we did for the month of November. We have plus $3,109.75 per contract in November while trading 8 different markets and answering questions from 100 people. That's how we did in the live trading room. 2 hours per day. And we had 2 days off this month too as well. Alright, if you have not taken a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net. The results for the morning, I am plus 24 ticks on gold. I'm also plus 16 ticks on crude, but I did that on a trade right after the morning session ended. I was plus 20 ticks on crude and then I gave it all back. I ended plus 24 ticks on gold and actually plus 1 tick on the soybeans. I had a difficult time with the soybeans today. It should have been easy, but I was distracted. Alright. If you have not taken a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply. Sign up for our free trial. In the free trial, all we need is your name and your email address, and you get access to everything you see here, the charting platform, all the indicators. You also get access to Dwayne and myself for 5 business days, 2 hours per day in the live trading room. We will trade right in front of you. We'll show you all the setups as they're happening, try to teach you how best to take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to you during the market, live market, in the live trading room. All right. Had a good partners meeting last night. If anybody, Alan, I don't know what how much means. Can you be more definitive? If anybody that is in here on the free trial wants to know what happened in the partners meeting last night, hopefully we will have that posted out there shortly. I have to transfer the file over to Daniel's Trading, and they have to do a conversion and give us a link to it. It was $3,109.75, I believe, Alan. That's what we made per contract in the live trading room. Everybody should actually, once you figure out what you're doing in the live trading room, when you pick your market, you should actually do better than that. You know, I explained that yesterday, but you should actually do better than that, because you're not going to be trading 8 different markets. You shouldn't be, and you're not going to be, you're not going to be trying to trade 8 different markets, and you should be more focused on everything. You know, our password for that session this week was focus, and you should be more focused than I am. I do my best to do everything that I'm doing in the live trading room in the morning and still manage to trade and make profit. You guys should be doing better. If you're not, then then we should talk about it. All right, see what the problems are. Jerry, I sent you something the other day about that, didn't I? I'll send you something again here in a little bit. All right, let's get on to the trades, okay? The trades I took were primarily in gold and in crude oil this morning. I took 1 trade on the NQ. I took a few on the soybeans too. I'll show you the soybeans and the NQ first. The NQ, I took a break-even trade right over here. We had bearish divergence. Let me blow it up a little bit more. We had a bearish cross, a pullback up with bearish divergence, and the bearish divergence was down here. We didn't actually hit the BBC. I shorted, this was the down close right here, and then it pulled back up quickly, so I shorted it up here. I ended up taking a break even on this bar right here when it pulled back up. Once it closed down below the black line right there, I didn't think it was going to pull back up above it, but it did, unfortunately, and it stopped me out of break even. It did end up going down after that, but I didn't take any more trades on the NQ this morning. You know, there were opportunities to trade in there. There were a bunch of opportunities to trade, but I didn't take any of them. And the indexes this morning were congested for most of the morning session in a pretty tight range. The markets that were moving were the crude oil, the gold, and the soybeans, and that's what I traded. So let me jump over here to the soybeans, and I'll show you what I did, what I didn't do. This was before the soybean open. I had jumped in here and put a long trade on at 38.50. it had moved up, and I had moved my stop to break even. The market hadn't opened yet, and I had my stop at break even already. And I went on to do something else, and I forgot I had the trade on. You can see it went 3.5 points or 3.5 cents in my favor, and then it came back down and stopped me out at break even. If I'd have realized that it had moved up, I'd have taken some profit on that for sure. But it came back and stopped me out at break even. My next trade was right over here, and on that one I shorted it, and then I accidentally got out of it, and then I shorted it again in the same place, and when it moved down, I moved my stop to +1 tick, and it came back out and got me at +1 tick. I think that's how it happened. Or actually, when I got out of it at +1 tick, and then I shorted it again, and it came back and got me out at break even. I had another opportunity over here where I shorted the down close below this trend line I had drawn on here. I got short in there, and you can see that it ended up going down quite a few cents, and I ended up taking a break even on that. So on the soybeans, we had 3.5 cents here, about 6 cents right here that I could have gotten if I'd have stayed in the trade. Now another 5 cents right here, possible on both of those. On those 3 trades. That was the soybeans for the morning. All right, I'll jump into the crude oil over here. The last trade that I took on the crude, was right here. It was right after the close of the morning session. All right, we pulled back up here like this. We didn't have the proper divergence because the cycle was moving up, so I couldn't short right here on the down close off the BBC. I waited for the close below the trend line. I shorted right there, and I took 16 ticks profit on that. I had lost a couple of trades in a row right there. In this one, I got long on a close above right here, and that was going right into the high of the day. And I said, as I did it, it's going right into the high of the day. I'm not feeling so good about this. And then, bang! It stopped me out -8 ticks. This one right here did the same thing. I shorted on the close down below this this trend line right here. Everything was going for the trade. It stopped me out, and then it went down right over here. Okay, it was going sideways for a very long time in here, and then it just stopped me out just about to the tick. I think I shorted 88.51 is where I was short, and 88.61 is where it drew down to. I stopped out at 88.59, and then it dropped down all the way to 30 for a 21 tick gain. Let's see, going back a little bit more, I went long over here. This was the pullback to the BBC with an up close with bullish divergence. I got long right in there, and I took some profit up at the top. And over here, we pulled back down to the BBC here. I didn't like the divergence here so much because the cycle was in the middle, so I waited for the up close above the trend line. I got long in there, and I took some profit on that one. All right. I ended the morning session even on the crude oil, but right after the morning session ended, I put this other trade on right here, and I ended with 16 ticks on that. All right, I had 16 ticks on that one. It's had a few more opportunities since then, but you can see we're doing the same exact thing from market to market here. Okay, the Russell trade, I should show you the Russell. I'm break even on the Russell, but I did have a couple of trades on the Russell. 3 of them actually. 4 of them. 5 of them, I think. What did I have? This first one right here, I got a break even on. I looked for the close down below the trend line. I ended up taking a break even on this trade. The next trade that I took, I lost 7 ticks on. All right. Again, this was a, what the heck was that? I'm not sure why I shorted right there, but I'm sure there was a good reason for it in the live trading room. It was the close down below the trend line was over here, and it moved up quickly, and I just shorted over here. All right. That stopped me out. This one right here, I got a break even on. It gave me 4 or 5 ticks at one point, and then I took a break even on the trade. Let's see. So I was -7 ticks at this point, and I took this trade over here. This was the down close below the trend line right here. All right. I took the short trade right in there, and I got 7 ticks profit out of it. I shorted it over here, and I took profit at 20.4 is where I had my target on that one. You can see there were a couple more trades in here that happened. I didn't get into them, and then we got to the end of the morning session right in here. Okay, that was it on the Russell. I ended up flat on the Russell. Okay, break even on the Russell. Gold. I took a bunch of trades on gold this morning. I ended plus 24 ticks on the gold. There were some big moves in gold this morning. I didn't actually get into the big moves. I got a bunch of small moves, but there were some nice big moves in the gold. Now right here at the open, it started out pretty choppy. I didn't take anything in there, but when we drew down here to the BBC, the cycle portion was heading down, so I did not look to take the bounce off the BBC, this up close right here. I didn't look to take that with the bullish divergence. I was waiting for the close above the trend line. Once we closed above the trend line there, I took the long trade and I got some profit out of that. I don't remember how much. You can see there was another opportunity right in here on the long side. Over here, I was drawing a trend line looking for the opportunity on the short side, but everything was above it right here, so there was no opportunity there, really. Over here, I took the bounce off the BBC with the bearish divergence. I got short right in there. There was another opportunity right in here on the down close below that trend line. Another one right here. This was a close below the trend line. I took that short right there, took some profit out of that. I don't know what happened in here, but crude oil and gold at the same time started to get crazy, and it tanked right here. It went down quickly. You can see 1051 right here. All these bars from 1051 to 1052. All these bars were 1 minute. Okay. It really did move down. There was an opportunity to enter this short right here. Everything up here was moving too fast. You wouldn't have gotten into it. But there was an opportunity to enter the short right there. And then it went sideways quite a bit. When it started to recover, we had an opportunity on the long side. I got long in here, took some profit up there. Again, in here there was an opportunity to short with the bearish divergence on the down close off the BBC. And another opportunity to short right here on the close below that trend line I drew in there in the live trading room. Okay. There was an opportunity to short right here. If you had taken that, you would have stopped out. I did not take it. No opportunity on the long side. And this was at the end of the morning session. I hadn't even noticed it moved down this far right at the end of the morning session. I was doing that crude oil trade at the time. But that's it. The gold has been very active today for some reason. But that's good because everything else, well, all the indexes were pretty flat. No, I'm not even going to go over the indexes because they're so flat. Let's see, that was gold. Did I do crude oil? Anybody? Did I do crude already? I haven't done the 6E in a while. I haven't traded the 6E in a while, but I can show the stuff to you guys on the 6E for those of you who might like to trade it. All right, the 6E trades pretty actively in the early morning hours. All right, in here. So you could be looking at trades like this. The up close above that. This is the trend line here. The up close above that. This over here. The up close above that. That's the kind of stuff that you could be trading. If you get into, if you become a partner, you get into the live trading room, you'll see me doing this stuff over and over and over and over and over again. You'll be doing it in your sleep, or hearing me do it in your sleep anyway. Before you know it, that's just the way it is. I don't remember if I did crude oil, so I'll just cover it again. Let's see, these are the trades we had in crude. I did cover crude. No, I remember now, because I ended plus 16 at that last trade. Let's see, crude, gold, Russell, the NQ. I didn't really look at the YM in the ES because I didn't trade them. The markets were so flat and congested for most of the morning session. I just stopped looking at them and I was trading what was moving. You can see I drew some trend lines in here, but we didn't really get any opportunities. Or if we did, they weren't very good opportunities. So I had stopped looking at that early on. And that's it. That's it, guys. If you have not taken a free trial with us, again, go to www.cfrn.net/apply. The total, Alan, for the month was, let me see, just give you an accurate number here. 3109.75. 3109.75 per contract. That's the deal. All right. That's it, guys. I'm going to wrap up the recording right here. If anybody has any questions, you can email us at support@cfrn.net. All right, support@cfrn.net.